Hello everyone. I'm very happy to welcome you all to Dr. JJ's Virtual Academy of Commerce. In this video, I'm going to take you through a problem and its related solution, what I have done from the chapter Ratio Analysis. This is an interesting problem and a very important problem also from the examination point of view. Let us get into the problem. Debtors velocity 3 months, creditors velocity 2 months. Stock velocity 8 months. So all the three ratios are given in terms of months. Bills payable 10,000 rupees, bills receivable 25,000 rupees, gross profit ratio 25%. The closing stock is 10,000 rupees more than the opening stock. Gross profit of the business enterprise for the given period is 4 lakh rupees. These are all the information we are given with, based on which we need to calculate the 4 aspects. 1. Sales. 2. Sundry debtors. 3. Sundry creditors. And the 4th one is about closing stock. These 4 items are to be calculated based on this information. Fine. Regarding the ratios, we are given with the 3 ratios. Let's start with the debtors velocity. When we make use of this particular ratio, we can calculate the accounts receivable. After we calculate the closing accounts receivable, if we subtract bills receivable, the amount of which is 25,000, we can get the balance as sundry debtors. This is the idea. What is the formula for debtors velocity? The formula is 12 months divided by credit sales into average accounts receivable. In the absence of information about opening accounts receivable, that's nothing but opening debtors and opening bills receivable, you can very well place closing accounts receivable here. Then what about credit sales? In the absence of information about cash or credit sales, you are allowed to make an assumption that the total sales of the business in the given period is credit sales. This is the perspective. Fine. Now, to continue with the calculation of this debtors velocity, we need to know the amount of sales. How to calculate the amount of sales from the given information? Let's look at the working done here. In the problem, it is stated that gross profit is amounted 4 lakh rupees and the percentage of gross profit on sales is 25%. Therefore, gross profit 25% is equal to 4 lakhs. Then sales 100% is equal to what? That is what I have done here. So if GP 25% is equal to 4 lakhs according to the problem. See, look at it. Gross profit ratio 25% and the gross profit amount is 4 lakhs. So based on that, I have continued with the working. So if GP 25% is equal to 4 lakhs, sales 100% is equal to 4 lakhs divided by 25 into 100, it gives us 16 lakh rupees. That's the amount of sales. Let's make use of the 16 lakhs in the debtors velocity formula. So the answer of debtors velocity according to the problem is 3 months. So 3 months is equal to 12 divided by 16 lakhs into accounts receivable. Therefore, using cross multiplication, what we can do? Accounts receivable is equal to 3 into 16 lakhs and this will become the denominator. That is what done here. So 3 into 16 lakhs, the 12 will come down here. So accounts receivable is equal to 3 times 16 lakhs divided by 12. The answer is 4 lakhs. So the closing accounts receivable of this business for this particular year is 4 lakhs. From that amount, let us subtract bills receivable, which is amount of 25,000 rupees given in the problem. Therefore, the balance 3,75,000 rupees is nothing but sundry debtors. So we have calculated answer for question number 1. Next, let us continue with the remaining 2 ratios. One is creditors velocity. You always reserve it for last. The reason you need to know purchase to calculate to proceed with the creditors velocity ratio. To know purchase, you should know cost of goods sold. You should also know opening stock and closing stock. Otherwise, you cannot calculate purchase. So, reserve it for last. Now, let us continue the solution with what is that? Stock velocity. In this problem, stock velocity is given in terms of months. So, 8 months. Let's write the formula for stock velocity. Stock velocity is equal to 12 months divided by cost of goods sold into average stock. What is that? Into average stock. If it is given in times, what would be the formula? Cost of goods sold divided by average stock. Since it is given in months, what is the formula we have made use? 12 months divided by cost of goods sold into average stock. We know the answer is 8 months. So 8 is equal to 12 divided by 12 lakhs. That's a cost of goods sold. How I calculated the 12 lakhs? Look at the working here. Cost of goods sold is equal to sales minus gross profit. We already calculated the amount of sales. It came to 16 lakh rupees. So 16 lakh rupees minus 4 lakhs gross profit, which is given in the problem. What is the answer? 12 lakh rupees is the cost of goods sold. That is what I have made use here. So 8 is equal to 12 divided by 12 lakhs into average stock. So mathematically it could be rewritten as average stock is equal to 8 into 12 lakhs, and the 12 will become the denominator here. That is what done here. So 8 into 12 lakhs divided by 12, the answer is 8 lakhs. So average stock in the problem is 8 lakhs. Fine. Is there any information given with regard to opening stock and closing stock in the problem? Yes. It is stated that the closing stock is 10,000 rupees more than the opening stock. Now let us calculate the value of closing stock first. Closing stock is equal to average stock plus 50% of the difference between closing stock and opening stock. What is the difference? 10,000 rupees. What is 50% of the same? 5,000 rupees. Therefore, listen to me. Closing stock is equal to average stock plus 50% of the difference is equal to 8 lakhs plus 5,000. So what is the value of closing stock? 8 lakh 5,000 rupees. Followed by, let us continue our working. What is the value of opening stock? Average stock minus 50% of the difference. The stock which is higher should be calculated with addition of the 50% of the difference. The stock which is lower than the other one could be calculated with the deduction of 50% from the average stock. That is what I have done here. So average stock minus 50% of the difference between closing and opening stock, it gives us what? 7,95,000. That's a value of opening stock. Now let's continue with the last ratio, which is nothing but creditors velocity. What is the formula for calculating creditors velocity? 12 months divided by credit purchases into average accounts payable. In the absence of information related to opening accounts payable of creditors and bills payable, you can replace this average accounts payable with just closing accounts payable. Obviously, closing accounts payable is there in the business. That is why they have already given bills payable amount at 10,000 rupees. So after we calculate accounts payable, closing accounts payable using this particular formula, if you subtract bills payable 10,000 rupees, the balance would be sundry creditors at the end. That is what the idea behind this calculation. Okay. Now, creditors velocity is equal to 12 months divided by credit purchases into closing accounts payable. That is the formula for this particular problem. Now, let us calculate purchase first. There is a popular formula for calculating purchase. That formula could be derived from a very common formula for calculating cost of goods sold. What is the formula for cost of goods sold? Cost of goods sold is equal to opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock. This formula has been established with reference to the T form of trading account. If you refer the debit side items, you find opening stock there, purchase there, you add both. In the credit side, other than sales, you find what? Closing stock. That is what you have to recall. So opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock will give you cost of goods sold. But here we already know cost of goods sold. We have already calculated opening stock and closing stock as well. What is it we do not know? We don't know purchase. So among the 4 items, if you know any 3 items, the 4th one could be calculated. What are the 4 items? Cost of goods sold, opening stock, closing stock and purchase. We know the first 3. Therefore, the 4th one, purchase, could be calculated rearranging this formula. How I have rearranged the formula? Listen to me. Purchase is equal to cost of goods sold plus closing stock minus opening stock. That is how this original formula has been customized according to the requirement. Purchase is equal to 12 lakh rupees cost of goods sold plus 8 lakh 5,000 closing stock minus 7 lakh 95,000 opening stock. Therefore, what is the value of purchase? 12 lakh 10,000 rupees. Now, let us continue with the same creditors velocity formula. The answer is 2 months given in the problem for creditors velocity is equal to 12 divided by 12 lakh 10,000 into closing accounts payable. Therefore, closing accounts payable is equal to 2 into 12 lakh 10,000 divided by 12. The answer is what? 2 lakh 1,666.6666, which could be written as 2 lakh 1,667 rupees. From that accounts payable, if you subtract the amount of bills payable given in the problem, which is nothing but 10,000, the balance is what? 1,91,667. That's a value of sundry creditors in this problem. I hope you all have understood my lecture over the calculation of these 4 important items for the given situation in the problem. Thanks for your time to watch this video. I'll meet you in another video. Bye for now, everyone.